Okay, we are back. Smash Boye is ready to accomplish everything. My voice is, I can't, wow, I'm already off to a glorious start. Oh man, Smash Boye, are you so fucking beautiful, I forgot. Alright, oh, I can go give you this flask shard. You're gonna be real bummed.
What?
Okay. Cool.
Pretty be careful.
Oh my god.
I don't want to see my
I
work.
need to fix that. Okay. Game options. Can I not adjust those levels? Okay, yeah, there we go. Cool. We are set.
Heavens.
She was already dead. So, I don't know anything about Dark Souls lore. Sorry, this is not going to be a lore video. I mean, I know a little bit. Like, I'm not completely oblivious, but I'm not super into the lore. I mean, I'm not like I don't mean that in like I don't like the lore. I just mean like I don't know. I don't really dive into it. There's a lot of it, so it's very difficult for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna just get super into this because it's gonna be. That's an entirely different. That's an entirely different video. That's a lot of research that I don't feel like doing at the moment. Oh man, give me a second. I have to drink my coffee for power. Fuck, it's still really hot. I guess I'll give that another minute. Alright, so what we're gonna do now that we're here, oh, we have to fight Hodrick. Shit. Okay. Gotta do that. Hodrick is not the easiest to fight as Smash Boye. He's very good at parrying, so parrying, it's very easy to, it's A, already pretty easy to parry a club, B, it's not particularly, I don't really do too much damage. See? Look at that. I timed that about as well as I possibly could, and it still didn't even kind of work in my favor. Hodrick is honestly the only NPC in the game that I ever actually struggled to fight, because he's a motherfucker. Like, you can kind of tank through a lot of nonsense, and his movesets are very long, and man, I fucking hate you, Hodrick. He can tank through things. I do no damage to him, and there seems to be a lag in my Estus drinking, which is super fantastic. Always excited to see that. Oh, that's fucking fantastic. I am so upset by this fucking douche. And there's really not much you can do. Unless, oh, can I beat him off with a fucking edge? Oh, get fucking... No, you can fucking... Yeah! Fuck off! Calculated. Alright, so we got that going now. Hooray, look at that. Pro strategies, yo. You can't fucking deny that skill. I was absolutely flawless in that fucking endeavor. Absolutely brilliant. Oh my god, can you move, please? Thank you. Alright, now this is a little squirrely operation. Gotta make sure that I don't get fucking rocketed by an arrow while also dealing with mobs. Okay, well, that worked out a lot better in my favor than usually, so hooray for me. Alright, gotta be careful here because he can shoot you there. Fun fact, found that out after my, like, I don't know, probably 15th playthrough. I got absolutely fucking rocketed there last time, so that was exciting for me. Always happy to have new experiences in Dark Souls, especially when it's a giant spear arrow fucking absolutely wrecking your shit. So, there's really nothing that I want over that direction, so I'm probably not going to spend too much time over there. Just in the interest of saving time, and also there's the fire clutch ring and like a couple embers, and I guess Cornix is over there. I'll get it eventually. There's one thing that I want, and it's fucking to not have dogs jumping at me. That is probably the #1 priority. Dogs don't normally follow you this far, so that's grand news. And oh man, yeah. This isn't going to work out particularly well for me. Okay, the dog never has followed. Again, I'm always down for new experiences, and a new experience is the fucking dog coming through. And send that down. We've solved the first puzzle of Dark Souls. Alright, I think that guy's gonna officially bounce. You don't need to talk to Siegward. He is going to show up anyway elsewhere, so I don't really need to talk to him right there. Come up here, talk to the arrow boy.
I help anytime. Who are you? I help anytime.
Thank you. Thank you for your white branch. Those are always my favorite. I love playing with white branches. Whenever I get invaded, I would say probably a good 30% of the time, if I never feel like fighting. So I always use the white branch. What up, Siegward? What the? Oh.
Right.
I love him. I love that Dark Souls 3 is basically just like more Dark Souls 1. Whereas Dark Souls 2 felt like they were trying a bunch of... Oh, you are already angry at me, and Siegward is already fighting. That's less than ideal. Hey, now, you're an all-star. I wanted to get the large club and equip that before I fought you, but, you know, can't always have what you want. Can't always have what you want. Aha! I'm too close to the edge for my comfort, Fire. Stagger. I can just keep wailing on him. Fine. Hey now. Calm yourself. Fool. That's right. I'm so fucking good at this game. Not even a scratch.
That what you weak.
But blah blah blah. Give me your Sieg brow. I love it. I love you, Siegward.
Well, you.
I love you so fucking much. You are probably... I would say I save him consistently. I am hard-pressed to ever let a playthrough go where I don't save him. Him and Grey Rat, they're my boys. Everyone else is kind of just around. I don't really care. Oh, unable to wield without two hands. Who would ever wield a club without both hands? It's just dumb. Dumb things. Why would you ever do them? That'd be silly. This weapon is so fucking... It's good, but like, it's just immediately outclassed by the Great Club, which you get shortly after. Like, literally the next area. Which I can actually go get a Great Club, like, now, if I felt like it. Actually might go do that rather than fight the Rotted Greatwood, because Rotted Greatwood gives me a lot of trouble if I don't have anything upgraded, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go get the Great Club. It's that easy. Let me go ahead and... Oh, the dogs are here. And now they're fucking gone. One of them is at least. Get absolutely fucking shitted on. I love this weapon so much. It's a lot of fun. The Great Club is... That was a weird roll that I took there. I don't know what went on there. Alright, let's see if I can... Do I have any other... I don't want to waste my one fire bomb. Do I have any throwing... Oh, I got throwing knives. Okay, we can... Come here, you. These enemies are tricky. They don't really stagger that much. They have a decent sized health pool and they cast spells. They're not really like particularly difficult in the grand scheme of things, but like they're very easy to fuck up with just based on the amount of damage they do. So anytime that you make a mistake, the mistake is punished very heavily. Like like so you can really get fucked if you're not careful with these things. So 2 together is just not ideal. So you want to try to do your best to make sure that these 2 are not together. And then you can do something like this. So now that triggers the other one to come. And you want to just basically do that, because they will smash you through that wall and knock you off the edge and kill you, just because of the amount of damage that it's putting through. And oh, you're following me. Pop this. There, yeah, they'll follow you all the way up here. So I want to make sure that you just execute this as perfectly as you possibly can, just like me. Oh man, I almost knocked myself off the edge there. That would have been horrific. Okay, we are off to a glorious start already today. I'm very excited about that. Just to be safe, let's chug our fucking Estus. Bam, bam. Oh man, everything going according to plan. Ew, close. The real MVP is the Chloranthy ring. Now we got it. Now, an interesting curiosity would be to see if Flynn's ring actually would be a good decision on this run. I don't know if I've considered that. Let's get rid of the life ring for the Flynn's ring. Alright, let's check out my damage as this is. So we're doing 195. And with Flynn's ring, we're doing how much? 206. That's 10 more damage, which is... Oh, is it worth the life ring being removed for the 10 damage? That's seemingly not very much worth it. That's intriguing. I have 10,000 souls. I gotta be careful about how spicy I get here. If I get too spicy, things could go dicey. Oh man, I don't like that. Oh, you dog whore! Caught him on the backswing, as a fucking professional always will. Be aware of where your weapons will go, and you can really go a lot farther. Trust your instincts and your dodge mechanics. You can kill rats like it's not even a problem. Just know exactly where they're gonna move at all times. Memorize enemy patterns. Be like me. Alright. Yeah. Understand how far you can move. Oh man, you're coming at me hot. I don't like you. Ah! Okay, that was a weird thing that just happened. I'm not really sure. The blood bite ring. Not that useful, to be honest. Bleed buildup. Generally as it is. Trying to negate it isn't going to help you too much, I've discovered. Because if something is going to bleed you, it's going to bleed you. That's more or less the truth. I'm sure that there are people who would disagree, but I've been playing this game literally, I've been playing Dark Souls literally since the day it came out. Yeah, the day the Dark Souls got released, I purchased it, like the original Dark Souls. I did not play Demon Souls, so I'm not gonna claim complete OG status or any fucking thing like that. But I will say, like, I've been around. I know Souls pretty well, and
very well. Then
just based on any of the builds that I've done, that I've personally done, as well as have researched and looked into on places, Reddit forums and just forums in general. I think there's a Dark Souls wiki as well, and no one ever has let's really hype up the blood bite ring. It's just it's one of those rings that sounds better on paper for especially probably a newer player that's like, oh, bleeding has killed me before. And I'm sure that there are some cases where somebody who's getting fucked up by bleeding might get saved by like one tick, and if it works for you, argue, tell me why you think I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but I am up for conversation. I just think that it's a useless ring. I've never once, I don't even think I've ever put it on. It doesn't seem useful, especially considering not a lot of things bleed you, and the things that do, they do a lot of damage to begin with. So it's hard to even say like, oh, the bleeding is what's going to kill you, when really it's probably just going to be raw damage. Like these things will make you bleed, but honestly, like, you're more likely to get fucked up by their smash attacks than you are from bleeding out. It's just bleed. I mean, for a while there was a period where bleed was a disgusting PvP mechanic. Like, you could really fuck up some people. Like, there was ways to instantly proc bleeding, and in that case, Blood by Ring might have been present in some people's builds as like a counter, but I struggle to even then believe that A, it wouldn't instantly probably proc it anyway because it was so fucking gross, and B, you're more like, there are better defensive and better offensive rings that you can't, like, wasting a ring slot for the Blood Bite ring just as a measure of counter doesn't seem as valuable as some of the other decisions you could have made. So even the example that I'm trying to think of where it might have been handy doesn't really seem like it would have been that handy. And I have one firebomb, and I'm gonna use it on that guy because I'm tired of. There we go. I don't want him to follow me. I hope he drops his flame burst because those are kind of fun. I don't really plan on using it, but. Hey. I've only had the flame burst drop once, so I've never really fucked with it too heavy. Kind of feel like playing with it eventually at some point. I liked it in, really liked it in 1. The flame version of Dark Souls 1 was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, in the manner that you acquired it, which was almost, I'm almost positive that it was, I don't remember if it was a drop from the Serpent People or whether it was just something you could pick up, but from what I remember, it was something that the Lizard People or the Serpent People would drop, and of the weapons that the Serpent People would drop, the Man Serpent Greatsword was just king. So it was tough to like convince yourself to use the Man Serpent Greatsword when you had the option of using, or the flame. It was hard to convince yourself to use the flame burst rather when you had the option of using the Man Serpent Greatsword, just due to how much fucking better it was. It had an incredible moveset and it did a shit ton of damage. The flame burst looked cool, which, I mean, in Dark Souls is one of the, if not the most important thing, to be honest. That's why we're going with this run, because he's a fucking beautiful boy with a giant stick, and you can't. He's just perfect, and I love him, and he's my child. I love Smash Boye. Alright, we gotta go save Cornix. I'm too much of a hero to leave NPCs. Except for Carla. Sometimes I just don't bother with Carla because I hate that area. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be. I remember the first time that I played, that area was just trash, and it made me very upset. I'm gonna get smashed to death. Not a fan of that. Okay. Wait a minute. Hey, stop that, please. Yes. That was so sketchy. But, you know, it's things like that that you can accomplish when you're, you know, super fucking good like me. Oh, there's a... I always forget about that Titanite shard. I probably should remember that there's a Titanite shard there. That saves 800 souls. It's, you know, in the grand scheme of being economical and trying to save your souls where you can, especially for, again, for players that are going to die and lose souls more frequently, then, you know, pay attention to where Titanite shards are, because that can drastically alter the damage output that you're doing, and also you're not, if you're not, I mean, to be fair, 800 souls is not, it's not a lot of souls to be spending, but at the same time, you're not gonna be purchasing them for a little while, so it's me saving money, whereas with, depending on,
To the pleasure.
you know, it also just depends on what build you're running. Like, I'm not upgrading any of my weapons yet because I want to save all my shards for the Grey Club, And that's what I mean by saving money. Because if I were to put a bunch of money into one of these, or I guess if I were to invest my shards into this club or the other club rather than the Great Club, I would eventually have to buy a bunch more Titanite shards. And, you know, 1 or 2, whatever. But it takes a total of 12 Titanite shards to upgrade to level 5. Which, that costs, okay, so 12 times 800 is math that I don't feel like doing, but it's a lot. It's a good little chunk of change, especially at lower levels. So, I don't feel like, you know, farming for souls in order to level up. It's not what I want to do. It's not what I want to do with my life. So instead, just go ahead and boogie on out of here. Oh, wait, not +5. That's a lie. It's +3. It takes 12 to get to +3. I'm a liar and a thief. Let's see. Alright, we need to go down. So, yeah, it takes 2, 4, and 6 to get to level 3. That's right. I'm mistaken. +5 is just kind of a weird midpoint that you get out of large Titanite shards, which you don't get for a minute. I can go get some more. I just need to do some other stuff before I go do. I need that heavy gem too. I need to go get that for sure. There's a heavy gem that I need, and I'm gonna go ahead and just avoid this fucking guy because he's an absolute asshole. The heavy gem is going to make this club just disgusting. Wait, no. No. Actually, I might remember that it actually does more damage without being infused. I think that's right. Now, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I do believe, as weird as it is, the Great Club is actually better uninfused and just with raw, which is strange. I don't believe that it should be that way. I think that, I mean, for the purpose of what the item does, the heavy gem changes the stat allocation of pretty much any weapon that you can infuse. It changes the stat allocation to be primarily for strength, and some weapons, you know, they're greatly improved by this, especially, or not even necessarily greatly improved, but rather they are, you can use it. It allows you to use almost any weapon on almost any build. It just depends on what, I mean, if you really wanted to use a specific weapon, it allows you to get better usage out of it. There are weapons that are ideal for certain builds, that's where some of the infusion stuff kind of gets goofy, because it gets to a point where infusing a weapon versus using a weapon that's more suitable for your build, that's one of the decisions you're gonna have to make in Dark Souls. Is do you want to look cool, or do you want the best weapon? And sometimes it's both. Like it's so hard to not think that smacking people with a giant stick is the coolest shit. So I love the clubs. They're a lot of fun. I should do a run with the butcher knife at some point though. That's a classic weapon. I'm pretty sure that's been present in all of the Dark Souls. I really don't remember too much about 2. I played it for a little while. I beat it a couple times. I really wasn't super into it. It just didn't feel like Dark Souls. You move different. Like, there's a lot that's different about it, where it feels like a different game skinned to Dark Souls, in my opinion. And if you want to like it, go ahead. I can't really blame you. It's not a bad game. It's just, to me, it really lacks as a Souls game, in my opinion. It doesn't feel like a Souls game. It doesn't play like it does. It's a game where you have to, you know, it's a hard game where you have to do the same movements as all the other Dark Souls, but the movement it's so fucking goofy. I can't get over how it doesn't feel smooth. It feels very jarred. Like it feels like you're moving through water is how I feel when I play Dark Souls 2. It doesn't feel smooth, even in comparison to the original Dark Souls, which the original Dark Souls, it's an old game, so it shouldn't have better movement. It shouldn't feel better to play the original Dark Souls versus, you know, the sequel. But unfortunately, it just did. It really, like, Dark Souls 2, in my opinion, really lacked a lot of the qualities that made Dark Souls what it was. It was also a lot brighter. It lacked the same color scheme. It was also extremely asymmetrical.
Oh yes, he's not.
I mean, I wouldn't even like none of the games are symmetrical. It was just the, I guess maybe what I'm trying to say is the maps were very disjointed. I think is a better word that I was looking for there. Disjointed is much more appropriate. Like everything was kind of separate from each other. Like nothing really connected too much. Like even Dark Souls 3 kind of, you can, like, it feels smooth. Like when you're going somewhere, you're like, oh yeah, like I know I went here from here, and if I want to go here, I can get back to it by going this direction. Dark Souls 2 was like, oh, if I want to go to, you know, if I want to go to the Earthen Peak from, you know, one of the other, you know, from one of the endgame areas, it's a giant clusterfuck mess. Whereas if I wanted to go to, say, here from even Lothric Castle, it's not that much of a move. They're not close, but they're not so far apart that you're like, oh, it's going to take me a bunch of memory of, you know, the map to be able to get to here from there. It doesn't do that. That's why Dark Souls 2 has a lot of problems for me. Also, it wasn't made by the original creator, like the original, like, guy, like, behind Dark Souls 1. I can't remember his first name, but I know it's Miyazaki. He loves, I'm fucking invaded by Hazel. I mean, I can't teleport now. That's fantastic. Hazel's good. Not into fighting Hazel. He or she, whatever they are. Ah, you dick. Also, his weapon, or their weapon, whoever's weapon, is named after them. So, like, what a fucking egotistical douche. Okay. Okay, I hear Hazel. There they are. Kit. Fucked. Get whomped. Oh, are you dead? No. Nope. Oh man, I need to get to a safer location. Also, the other problem is Hazel heals, and that's always annoying. Also, I mean, to be fair, Podrick also heals, but he's a class of his own as far as douchebags go. The NPC invasions are a strange thing in Dark Souls because they really drop off after this area. Like, there's a lot here, whereas like you go in game, there's really not too many. There's I guess there's a few. There we go. There's a guy who drops some mannequin claws, whose name escapes me at the moment. The Shadow of Londor, I believe, is what they're called. And then there's the Crystal Mage Haida, I believe. Hyde. No. I don't think that's her name. Something like yeah, I think it is Hyde. I think that's, yeah, it's like the Crystal Sage or Crystal Mage Haida at the Untended Graves. Those are the only two other invasions I can really think of. Oh wait, no. Of course there's Kirk. Hello, friend. What do you got for me?
I made it well. Thank you.
Yeah, you can pillage, buddy. I love you. Let's see if we got anything that would be particularly useful. I'm probably gonna need some bolts, because I'm probably going to actually... I'm probably actually going to have to use a crossbow on this build. So let's just go ahead and... take care of that. Waste a bunch of souls. Not have to worry about not have to worry about that too much. And yeah, I wasn't really gonna level up anyway. So
What?
wait, I don't have it. I need to burn my undead bone shine to get an increased Festus flask. Okay. We're getting a lot closer to Smash Boye basically being at full steam. So, let's go. Alright, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Hopefully I don't burn my mouth. Coffee is delicious. I have... Ah, man. That's a good cup of coffee. It's a damn fine cup of coffee. Time to go get the Great Club. Hooray! Crap, don't do it. Don't you fucking do it, crab. That's right, go away. You giant whore. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see if I can pull this off. I'm gonna make you both fall down the hole. Fight me. Fight me near the hole. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Maybe fighting both near the hole is less than ideal. Okay. Ah, you fuck. Fighting both near the hole is probably not the best plan, actually. All things considered. Until I can get them both on the same side. Ha ha. Okay. Come to me, my angel of music. You're gonna go wide. And you're gonna swing all the way around too. And oh, Boise. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Fall. Oh, you fucking jumped the gap, you dick. Okay. I don't feel like fighting these guys. And now I'm too invested. I've pulled aggro on both. And now this is my only method. This is also fun. It's just a fun way to kill them. Fall! Man. Ah! Ha 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 ha! Okay. You know what? I'm tired of this. Come. Fall. Do it. Okay. Yes, yes. Oh no, he survived. He was so close. Okay, so there's one. We got him. Now you. Now you. Do it. Come back. Fall. You. Yes. I'm gonna knock him. Oh, no, he fucking poised through that. Oh yeah, I guess if there's any people who are actually watching this as a how to play, poise is a mechanic that will kind of let you tank hits. You stagger otherwise, so usually armor is probably the best way to have poise. There's supposed to be a ring called the Wolf Ring, which would normally have been a great ring. And one, the Wolf Ring is one of my favorite rings because it allows you to wear basically any armor and just pretty much maintain full poise. So you can look as cool as you want. And alright, we can just go ahead and fight this guy. I'm tired of fighting. Alright. Nope, you are not allowed to heal. Ah, you fucker. Wow. You really wanted to heal. You shouldn't have done that. You fucking moron. And down we go. Okay, now we have the Great Club. We have the Great Club. How many We only have 8. You can get way more than that pretty quickly here. The Ragged Mask is over here. I'm doing much less damage to these people than hoped, but that's okay. Okay. The Ragged Mask. How do we feel about the Ragged Mask? Let's put it on and find out. You know what? Smash Boye doesn't need to show his face. He's a secret boy. Let's go get this Estus shard. Put us at 8. Which is a good number. Ow. Douche noodle. This is, I believe, prismic shards. Prism stones, that's what I fucking meant. Prismic shards, what a dumb thing I just said. This is a Titanite shard though, so I need 3 more. Which, trying to think of what those are. And oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. You can go ahead and get fucked on. Ah, you motherfucker. So, I'm poisoned now. That's great. Basically just means that I'm going to... Wow, come on. We'll go ahead and light this one. I'm not gonna watch this cutscene. We're still poisoned. And... I'm trying to think, there's gotta... I know there's more Titanite shards. I should not be missing 4. 3 now, but even missing 3, that seems... No, I know where I'm missing them. That's okay. I know how to fix this. I can take care of this. This won't be so bad. I think there's actually one over there too. I should just grab that. Think this is it's either that or this is some more pyromancy stuff. I can't remember. Nope, I'm way wrong. Then what are you? You might be a Titanite shard. Either that or you're more moss. No, you're Iron Flesh. Man, I'm ready to fuck up. I wonder if Iron Flesh would actually make... Huh. I wonder if Iron Flesh would be good on you. Smash Boye, reveal to me if that would be a smart idea. No, it wouldn't, because then I'd have to... No, well, I don't think, actually... I don't think Iron Flesh would be... I don't think it would be affected by my stats. As far as, like, my casting stats. So... It would be interesting. I don't know. I've never actually really fucked with Iron Flesh. It's never been a concern of mine. Let's just go ahead and pop this. And let's go play with the Great Club.
That is, wasn't it?
Alright, let's... No, that's not what I want to do. Boom. I'm missing 3. Interesting. That's fine.
Pretty be careful.
Okay. So now we got that. Alright, now we are fucking cooking with gas. 284 damage, y'all. And this is just right out of the gate. Oh, and I almost forgot what I needed to do here. So, bitch. Oh, I haven't even talked to you yet. You can have this. You can just have that. That's for you. I need... No, I don't want the dried finger. I want that, though. And, yeah. I also need one of those. And one of these. And... that. Because guess what? We're going to be doing some... We're going to be doing some jolly cooperation. Smash Boye is a hero of the people. Okay. Everything that I need here. Yeah, looking like we're good. I could probably... Do I want some pine resin? Meh. Meh. You know what? Yeah. A giant flaming stick is a lot of fun.
Ashen 1,
Let's play with that. Alright. We have our new toy. We are going where I need to go. Which is... Actually, I need to go here. Take another sip of coffee. Okay. And... See, this is what they call a slow play. Because I'm in no hurry to do fucking anything. Oh, I missed. That's bad news. Okay. And we'll just go ahead and ignore all that stuff. So the big problem with using a big weapon. Just gonna go ahead and warn anyone who's not familiar. Big weapons don't do well in enclosed spaces. Ooh, the loincloth. I also need that. Oh, I already am wearing a loincloth. Guess what? Look at me. Oh, look at me. Okay. Where I was going with that. So, if you're not comfortable with, like, if you don't know the exact angles of your weapon, don't use big weapons in a space like this. I don't recommend it at all. You will hit stuff, and it'll just fuck you real hard. I know my angles fairly well with this weapon, so I'm not saying, oh, you know, don't do it, but smaller weapons do serve their purpose. You'll do, like, generally speaking, the bigger the weapon, the bigger the damage. That's kind of how it goes. But how did you get that? But it's, you know, using a big item isn't always going to help you out. In some cases, it can actually really it can really put you in a bad spot. I think these are both Titanite shards. So if I just collect these both, we're going to be missing one, and I know where one is. So, see, just look at that damage. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is a level 2 weapon on a character that's not even fully kitted to use this item. It's gross. 284 damage at the level that we are is ridiculous. That's, for perspective, endgame damage for a weapon usually sits roughly about, we'll call it 550 to 600 damage. And, you know, obviously there's going to be, like, there's always, like, resistances and stuff like that. You're not going to be doing that much per swing, but, well, you know, after the math and stuff like that is done. Oh, man, your voice is very weird when it's whispered like that.
Pray.
Prayer. God damn, I love the Great Club. It's just, it's so fun, it's so cool looking, and it just makes you feel like a fucking boss swinging it around. I promise you, you will not have more fun with another weapon. I almost feel like I shouldn't make a promise like that, but genuinely, like, I love using the Great Club. It's so fun, and it's just so good. These things are now nothing. 3Ds, dead. And, like, everything just melts from it. And it takes next to nothing to use. It takes 28 strength to use with one hand. So that's, I believe, if I recall correctly, only 14 strength. No, I think it's different. I think it might be like 20 strength to two-hand it. I can't remember exactly when you can two-hand stuff. I don't really ever pay attention. Especially since because normally from two-handing something, I know what I want to be using. Like, I don't come across a weapon and go, oh, I want to use that, and then find out I don't have the correct stat allocations. I know exactly what weapons I want to use and when. So it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, no, like, you'll just, generally speaking, if you want to use it, you'll be able to use it at when you want to use it. Like, but that's how it is with the Great Club. If you know you're going to be using the Great Club, just dump your stats into strength, and I promise, if you're at where I'm at, you shouldn't have any problems being able to use it. With two hands, of course, I should clarify. Two hands, and also don't use, almost as a general rule, probably don't use this weapon with one hand. If you need your offhand for whatever reason, there are better weapons in my opinion. I think that the Great Club really shines as a two-handed weapon only, just based on the moveset. So, hold on, I'll show you. With the two-handed, you get kind of this, like, it's almost a diagonal, like, slice. One-handed, it's a smash, which is fine on its own, but you're gonna cover more ground with that swing, and you're not gonna leave yourself as open to attacks as you would with that direct smash down. You're gonna possibly hit more enemies, which is a big thing. When you're using a big, like, wide swinging weapon, hitting multiple enemies should be a goal of yours. Not necessarily even for, like, obviously try to focus on one enemy at a time, but crowd management is a big part of a non-defensive character. Is if you're not going to be blocking attacks and you're not going to be using a shield, you need to be focusing on making sure that you're not going to get overwhelmed. And I am so bad at the timing of these guys. You need to make sure that crowd management isn't going to be what kills you. What's going to kill you is in this game. What will kill you isn't going to be like. I mean, yes, there's going to be crazy wombo combos in situations that just kind of fuck you over, like as we've seen with me. Like, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the fucking time. And I've been playing this game for. There's never been a series that I've. Okay, there's one. I'm very good at Pokemon. That's my other. Pokemon and Dark Souls are my longest standing series games. I've played basically anything that's like. I think I've missed two generations and 3 games technically, because I didn't play Diamond and Pearl and I didn't play Black and White, and subsequently I didn't play Black 1 or Black 2 or White 2 or Black 2, either way. So technically 2 generations but 3 games, I believe, is how that would work. So I have no problem with those generations. It's just I never had a DS. I only ever had a DS Lite, and by the time the DS Lite happened, or the 3DS, not the DS Lite. I had a 3DS, and by the time the 3DS came out, there was X and Y, which I liked, and then I believe the Ruby and Sapphire remake, which I should play through those again. I really liked Ruby and Sapphire a lot. Ruby and Sapphire are probably my favorite generation of Pokemon. I think that Gold and Silver are probably the best, but Ruby and Sapphire, particularly Sapphire, that was the one that I had as a kid. I love Sapphire. It was the first Pokemon game and the only Pokemon game that I've ever completed the Pokédex on. So I was dedicated, man. I played that game so much. That's bad news. So another thing with a build like this, stamina management is extremely important. Because when you're swinging a big, heavy weapon, you can't just stop, and you're gonna go completely through your swing animation, and there's a good little, we'll call it, maybe not a second, maybe like a half second, where you can't dodge, you can't do anything. You complete the swing, and part of that swing is bringing your weapon back up. You can kind of roll occasionally, like if you time it correctly, but you gotta be very careful about making sure that you don't fuck up your timing, and make sure that you don't spend too much of your stamina swinging. Like, generally speaking, until you can swing, always swing one less than full is generally how it should go, unless that one last swing will kill, which I thought it would with that one enemy. So now I need to know that I need 4 before I can kill something. And boom, we are as kitted with this weapon as we can be until the next step. So now, we're absolutely rocking. This is going to do let's see how much we're going to be doing. 313 damage. That is insane. That might actually make it so that I don't need to swing 4 times against those enemies. Let's go find out. Oh, I have 2 Estus shards. Now I'm going to have 9 Estus flasks. We are cruising through this game. A lot of Estus. I said Estus. There's an S, not a K on the end there. Alright, so we've got that set. 9 is an unpleasantly uneven number, but it's okay. Let's go to... Alright, let's fight a boss, and then... I can't remember what time I started. We'll fight this boss. We'll see how that goes. See what time I can finish that up at. And then maybe, if it goes well, I might fight the Crystal Sage. You can see me get fucking angry. Man, I love the Great Club so much. It's just a glorious weapon. Wait. Let's become sunboys right now. That's so much fun. Watching those dudes just get fucking rocked by these arrows is one of my favorite things. There's so many things I enjoy about this game. Like, a lot. I enjoy, like, I love this fucking game. It's probably one, like, it might be blasphemy. I really, at this point, enjoy it more than playing Dark Souls 1. I really do. Dark Souls 1 has more, like, nostalgia for me, more memory, like, I have more fond. I struggle to say fond, because that was the game I learned on. That was the original. That's where I cut my teeth. That's where I learned how to play Souls. And if for any Souls player who's experienced that, they know exactly what I mean. Where it's a love-hate relationship with your first Souls. Like, it fascinates you, but also, like, the angriest you've probably ever gotten at a Souls game was during the time you were getting good. It just is what happens. It's a frustrating learning experience, especially, oh man, 1 had probably one of the best boss fights of all time. It really separates the wheat from the chaff, or chaff. I've always only ever read that, so I don't really remember how that's said. Point is, Ornstein and Smo are a duo boss in 1, and it really is like it is a point that determines whether or not you're going to progress with the game or if you're going to get stuck. And I remember I got super stuck, and I was just I quit the game for like 3 months. Came back after I found out that I was allocating stats incorrectly. I wasn't like leveling. I was using a weapon like wrong. It was a whole mess. I learned how to play the game. I watched people play, and I came back much stronger. And hopefully by watching me, you can kind of figure out, like, here we go. All right, I'm gonna be a summon boy for somebody. Gotta take a big sip of my power coffee. All right, any minute now. Did the connection get interrupted? All right, what's going on here? I think my connection got interrupted, y'all. Yeah, it did. What's going on here? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Let's set up my... No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's set up my gestures. Alright, that one can stay like that. Toast is extremely important. And collapse is extremely important. And that's all the important ones I've got right now. Oh, actually, I think I'm missing one from Andre. I can't remember. I know that Andre in the first one gives you one. All right, are we not gonna get summoned or not, or what's going on here? Fine. You don't want Smash Boye? You can get Smash Boye. What up, Sark? Come on now. Oh man, no sunboys. Like I'm trying to be a good sunboy. Nobody wants to play. Fuck it, we'll do it alone. Smash Boye doesn't need any friends. Jolly cooperation, my ass. Alright, see if we can get rid of some of these mobs before it fucking goes. Whoa! You're dead. You're dead. You're also dead. You know what? You are dead. guess what? Also, you are dead. Okay, now I gotta go with this wood's balls. Smack it in the balls until it dies. I missed. Man. Okay. Oh, fucking. So this boss, I swear, is the easiest and the worst boss in the game. It'll either, like, I remember when I first played, like, my first playthrough, I didn't die on a boss for a hot minute. Now, this fucking boss fucks me up so much, so often, for no real good reason. It just, every single time, gives me, like, so much grief. Alright, can I hit your hand now? This is one of the most frustrating bosses. It's a puzzle boss, which everyone loves puzzle bosses, of course. That's shown by the absolute fan favorite Bed of Chaos. It's the best enemy in any Dark Souls game, of course. Start there. Wow. Kill me, please. Yes. Okay. Can I hit your back? Back. Hit it from the back. Oh, and now I gotta smack him in the fucking crotch. Unpleasant. Wow. How did all of those miss, actually, though? That is beautiful. Come on. There. We got him. Hooray. And that's the curse Rotted Greatwood. Oh, fuck. I killed him. I killed Hodrick. Good. Fuck him, actually. I don't like the mound makers. Mound makers are like, in my opinion, again, feel free to disagree. Comment. Just comment below. Tell me I'm wrong. I think that the mound makers are a bunch of fucking trolls. I don't like that clan. I don't like people who play as mound makers. I think that it's like, I don't know, it's deceptive to new players. I think it's the big thing that bothers me. Because in order to fight a mound maker, you have to summon them in. And it doesn't say like in my opinion, purple is kind of like purple's kind of a nice color. Like, you see a purple sign on the ground as a new player and it's a summon sign, you're like, oh, summon a player, sure, I need to summon a thing. So mound makers will drop their summon signs in front of boss doors. New players will summon them, and then that person will kill them. And I mean, they learn their lesson once, but that's kind of, in my opinion, that's other than like early level PvP. That's really the only excuse to be mound maker is early level PvP, which I don't fuck with really. I don't like early level PvP. I think it's boring. I mean, it's more high stakes, but I'd rather fight someone fully kitted than dick around with like, oh, I better get the, you know, it's just, and there is something to be said about players who can go the entire fucking game and not level up and get all the best gear. Because honestly, like this weapon, this weapon takes, I'm level 23. I'm pretty low level. If I played through the rest of the game and just kept bumping up this weapon and not my level, I would still do pretty well, and then I'd crush low level PvP. I would be pretty fine. Like, I could do that, but I won't, because it's not fun for me. It's just, it's not what I like to do. And I don't need this soul. Yeah, I don't really care. Wait, no, use it, you dumb. You dummy. Wow, come on, please. That took, oh my lord. I swear, that was... I should have taken that as a sign not to use it or something, but you know what? I don't listen to signs. Okay.
Farewell, Ashen One.
And how much? Let's just go ahead and use these. I think, yeah, that should probably be
Well,
that. Come speak my name. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 28 strings is now... Okay, so we are at 313, according to that. Wait, there we go, okay. Yeah, 325. Wow, really? I feel like that's... We were already past that. I feel like we were way past that. Huh, okay, well... Not a big deal, I suppose. What else can we do? Yeah. Let's go see if we can... Yeah, we can probably fuck up the Crystal Sage, actually, now that I think about it. That shouldn't be a problem at all. Crystal Sage will get fucking womboed by the fucking Stick of Greatness. Wish you could name weapons. That'd be sick. I'd be excited. Okay. Man, the enemy sounds while wearing headphones are distinctly unpleasant. What? I could go save the fucking wizard guy. He doesn't really need saving. He's just chilling in his little wizard hut. So I don't really need to bother him. Fucking good lord. Okay. And now we're gonna be good boys. We're gonna drop this sign here. There's almost never summon signs here. A lot of people do not like the Crystal Sage, because again, the Crystal Sage you live and die by the RNG. In my opinion, like you can do well with even with bad RNG, but like generally speaking, you kind of live and die by the RNG. So it's better to have a divide and conquer style attack like plan. And you'll see why if you don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm just gonna go for you. So you are upsetting me. Fuck. Okay. And we'll give that a couple more minutes, or maybe not make a couple more minutes. I'm not trying to make y'all sit here and watch me wait. Give that 30 more seconds. Give or take. Yeah. Man. I guess I could just go wipe out this room. Oh wait, no, I can go... I'll just go kill the Crystal Lizard. Ah! Fucking douche whore. We'll leave that there. Ow! There. Wow. I'm setting myself up for failure, kind of. Ring of Sacrifice. I'm gonna go get something that I don't even... Oh, man. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do, but... That's fine. That's okay. Also, I shouldn't have to heal too much into Crystal Sage, because you either die or you win. Like, you kind of just get fucked up or you make it through. It's a whatever situation. Alright, we're gonna... Yeah. Oh, I thought you were frozen for a second. I was like, whoa. Alright, so no one's gonna come and, no one wants my summon sign. That's fine with me. I don't give a shit. Yeah, it did. Okay, I need to carefully... I need to be aware of my stamina management here, so that I can hit them 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and they're already halved. So, if I can... See, this is where the RNG comes in. I don't know where they're going to be coming from. You're not it, are you? Nope. Okay, so... Just gotta really hope nothing you can do. Okay. Okay. I see how it is. I see how it is. That's a strange sound. That's the sound that I just heard, except for much less mouth soundy. Fucking crabs, man. Giant enemy crabs. And see, that's what I'm saying by the A, bad RNG, and B, you just die or you don't. I could have healed, but healing wouldn't have done too much for me either. I mean, I might have lived, and give myself up to another round of RNG, but that's not really what I'm trying to do. Oh man, I've never had them pop that at the beginning, so that was new. Wail on him a few times. Wow. So yeah, this is not going in my favor so far. My only hope is that I didn't do enough damage to proc the... Yeah, okay. So they're here now. I might be able to fully go off. No. Okay. So really I just have to hope for the best on this round. And you're gonna be blue, aren't you? Yep. Alright, so purple's over there. Let's get rid of as many as we can. Wow. All of this. All of this! Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Bad RNG, bad RNG, bad RNG. Shit! Oh man. Can I actually pull this off? Oh my lord. Oh fuck. Come on. Ah! Oh, come on. Let's just tee off. Ah! Yes! Woo! Sloppy. Sloppy jalopy on top of me. That was a nickname that we gave a friend of mine because his name was also Matt. And there cannot be two Matts in a friend group, of course. That is just against the rules. So in Facebook Messenger, his name was Sloppy Jalopy on top of me. Which is how it went. Alright, so I did that. Oh man, I could probably, yeah, let's go ahead and get to let's get to the chapel, and then that's probably good, in my opinion. I think that that's probably about it. And we can smash you. Give me that twinkling boy. Twinkle twinkles. Twinkle sprinkles. Oof. I don't, that doesn't sound dirty, but like it kind of does too. Away. And we're going this way now. I always like to do this before I go to the, before I fight the other people. Makes it a lot easier. Not that it's like particularly difficult of a fight, but I would much rather have some large shards in my weapon before I fight the Abyss Watchers, just because it makes it that much easier. And I wouldn't call this a NPC invader so much as just like a random NPC, but yeah, I guess you know what, there are kind of consistently like enemy duels throughout the game, I suppose. No, I take back what I said earlier. That was a weird hiccup. I'm really actually kind of underwhelmed with how much damage I'm doing, but it's fine. Give me that spider shield, son. Let's go get the crest shield. I need it. The crest shield is over which way? I always forget. It's such a weird thing to pick up, because you wouldn't know to go get it unless you explored. Man, shit. Okay. Wait. Okay, you do have to fall down to get up here. That always makes me so confused, but at least it makes sense now. We'll go get the crest shield. And smash. And go through the trenches. I remember just trying to like run it all the time before I found out that like there's the safety trench, which is like just so strangely like it takes away from the challenge of what this area kind of is. Which is, I mean, fine. All for working smarter, not harder. But it's like such an obvious little path. Did I hit them both? I can't remember. Did I just like knock one completely out of fucking space? Yeah, I did. Nice. Okay. Yo, wait, no, he's right there. Wow. I really nailed him. Okay. And go away. And oh, can I get all of them? No, one survived. My 10th. Oh, Jesus. Go away. And we'll go ahead and come in here. God, your eyes are so. Oh, oh. Please. Bonfire is lit. Just smash X. Or, yeah, for me it's X as fast as possible. Skip cutscenes. I'm not trying to watch cutscenes. I'm trying to play the game. I'm trying to get into the game. EA Sports, I'm in the fucking game. Let's go. We're not gonna do the DLC till later. I don't want to.
How could a quickness?
You are so grotesque.
You look absolutely.
Gross. Okay. Take care of this. Let's keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going. And we'll go on out of here. I just didn't want that dude chilling at the place. It's super annoying, so I just wanted to get rid of him. Go back to the chapel. We'll go ahead and level up. And then I think, yeah, we'll go ahead and call it after I level up. Perfect. Perfect timing. So make sure you're going over to punninggame.com where you can find all sorts of let me take that again. Make sure you're going over to punninggame.com where you can find all sorts of podcasts as Not Worth the Time, Fun Gaming, and of course my personal favorite, Who Gives a F, as well as my other podcast, Monster Jamboree and The Grove. Those dropped on, it doesn't even matter because they're not coming out anymore, so it doesn't matter the days, but my new podcast, The Empty Parlor, that I do with Mr. Jeff Lynch, will be dropping every Tuesday, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Make sure you go over to the Pun and Game Teespring, where you can find all sorts of dope Pun and Game gear. You'll find Grove shirts. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some Empty Parlor shirts. There are Monster Jamboree shirts. There's going to be Matt Hayes Horror Game t-shirts. There's going to be all sorts of dope, really cool indie gear for you to grab from them. So make sure you support indie entertainers, indie podcasters. We're trying to, fucking be famous. We're out here killing it. So thank you all for watching. And yeah, just have a good day.